And we're back for more Mall Ninja madness. The airman tells me there's only 2 entries remaining. And after that, we're going to try and critique this insanity. And if we can, also try to come up with, on the fly, our own batshit insane Mall Ninjery. And so let's continue.
So, the Archivist comments. Finally, the mods show up. Steer Aug writes, attention, Spec Ops and Gecko 45. My secret username is CIDDECEP, and I'm your S2. My authorization code is 61 Quebec Oscar 5. Your presence here is tactically dangerous and compromises our overall mission parameter. Cease and desist all activity on this board. Our enemies are adept at computer hacking and may trace you back to your primary locale. You have forced me to compromise my situation to protect your vulnerable flank. This issue will be addressed later. Gecko 45 writes, authorization code acceptable. Will revert to stealth ops and stay sub on WASFCG. Contact my supervisor and check. Over and out. And then the Archivist's final comment. The end. Well, not really. You still see these guys pop up from time to time on various message boards, but still, it's good to know my local mall is free from Chechen rebels with rocket launchers and intentions on taking my ass virginity.
And so with that, what do you think?
I think this is some of the best shit I've ever read. Primarily because some idiots actually pretended that this was true. I swear to Christ, if you sat me down with like a year as a deadline, I could not come up with half of the shit they just came up with.
I don't think anybody could, because all of that's just utterly batshit insane. And I don't normally say batshit insane, but you know what? No, that's not even batshit insane. That's something on a whole nother level of insanity. I don't even know what. The Joker's not even that insane.
This is buying a Bad Dragon dildo levels of insane. With Bad Dragon cum lube added to that. That's how insane this is.
Because, I mean, it's just, they don't know anything about guns, and like we said in the previous episode, what, do they have like normal days, and then they just get home to their computers and write that a bunch of this crazy shit happened? Do you realize there aren't even cheesy action movies that are that insane? With like rescuing the president's daughter. No, not rescuing the president's daughter. That was Resident Evil 4. What the fuck? Who do you rescue? Oh, the nephew. The nephew.
Yeah, the mayor's nephew. Rescuing the mayor's nephew's ass virginity.
And fecal fiends and things of that nature. You know, it's like.
I swear to God, it's like even at the malls that I visit, it's like the most out of place thing I've ever seen at a mall was like in October, like these 2 chicks who were wearing like these, you know, them exercise bras the chicks wear in the dress. Anyways, that was the most out of the ordinary experience I had at a mall. Now I imagine that Gecko 45 and Spec Ops would say that their entire mall was besieged by feminazi soldiers from like France or Germany or some shit.
Yeah, they're like they're eco-terrorists.
Yeah, and started executing all males everywhere with their vagina-shaped guns.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do is, okay, how about I'm going to create on the fly as I'm playing this game here a very convoluted Mall Ninja-y story. So my name is Charles. I'm a cop. A mall cop. This is a very difficult world that we live in. Very difficult indeed. Each day I take my life into my own hands when I defend one of the largest retail institutions on the planet. Over 5,000 people show up at this particular location each and every day, and each have their own story. There are many battles that must be fought, many wars that must be won, and this is a story of one of them. Usually, we don't get too many crazies on weekdays, but weekends, especially towards the holidays, my God. there was a day when these clown-like entities that we like to call clown creeps all showed up. The horror. The horror. What they had were poisonous pies! That may sound amusing at first, but these pies were filled not with the cream of justice, but the hydrochloric acid of villainy. Before we knew it, they had already pied in the face at least 50 people! And so, me and my highly trained Spec Ops team that had Carl, Joe, Bill... Oh, shit, I gotta think of a good redneck name.
Okay.
Name?
Rackasack.
And Rackasack. Rackasack himself was actually an ex-Navy SEAL. He had once actually came close to killing Saddam Hussein. The only reason Saddam survived was because he jumped...
Bin Laden, all in the same room.
Wait, who?
Saddam Hussein and Osama Bin Laden, all in the same room.
Exactly. The only reason they both survived is because they jumped into their mech suits and fought him to a standstill. And then, wait, the twin clones of Hitler showed up as well and started chucking hypodermic needles filled with Clorox bleach that could kill with only a scratch. But I digress. We hit the floor running in our highly powered twin-wheeled vehicles of justice that some individuals sometimes like to call segways. We like to call them freewheelers.
Because we deliver freedom on them, and they have wheels.
Attached to our freewheelers, we have two twin 30 caliber machine guns attached. Now these aren't these modern piece of shit machine guns. Oh no, these are ones from the World War II that were used by our brave soldiers in the Pacific Theater. No, it's getting British, Dem. Used in the Pacific Theater. There we go. That sounds northern. Damn, I can't do accents.
Used in the Pacific Theater.
Exactly, that's the one.
Pacific.
We were able to take out 50 of the clowns easily. But then,
Theater.
our machine guns ran out of ammo. And that's when we had to get to... That's when we had to keep it real. And we charged in with our tactical urban assault cannons, also known as high-point carbines. These are some of the greatest carbines you can buy and cost upwards of $150,000 a piece. They're armed with gargantuan magazines that each hold 10 whole rounds of 45 ACP. Now, we didn't think that these cannons of the gods would be that useful. We feared we might actually destroy the entire mall by using them. But then, it would turn out that the clown creeps just so happen to have the clown mecha. The clown mecha, 50 stories tall of clown insanity. That was capable of reducing a whole city block to rubble in only one shot of its pies of evil.
And then, desperate in our final bid to save the day, we collected all of the segways in the mall and connected them to the SecMech.
And we attacked. But then, just when we thought we would win, Osama Bin Laden rocked out from the shadows with the terror mech that would throw... This is going to get so horrible, but it sounds funny. That would literally throw suicide bombers at us as its means of ranged attack.
But luckily, Rackasack just so happened to be on his lunch break when all this occurred, so he was still eating his pork chops. He threw it at the terror mech, and it disintegrated.
Thus saving the day. Thankfully, the government was able to come in and pay off everyone and cover it all up. Otherwise, who knows what might have happened.
What you done did forgot is that The clown mech of evil still done loomed over the horizon, threatening us that it shall come back another day. But one thing you did not know is that Rakasek done did being in a horribly, horrible secret, hushed up government experimentation program in the 90s. It was to bring forth the potential for psionic abilities in the human mind, and you guessed it, Rakasek was the only survivor. He done channeled his mental powers at the clown mech. He sent them a single vision. One, just one, an image of his first honeymoon night with his Titanic 500-pound wife, and every last one of them died.
It's a true story, I swear.
And thus, Rakasek was crowned king of town. The mayor stepped forth and offered his nephew's virginal bumhole to Rakasek to do as he pleased with it.
Incidentally, I don't think that's as crazy as the story we just read.
That's the horrible part. Whatever we come up with, it's not gonna be half as good as what these assholes came up with.
I mean, that sounds crazy, but theirs is somehow crazier.
Theirs is crazier because it's still somewhat related, rooted in reality. Whereas what you said and what I said was so over the fucking top, nobody would believe it.
Don't say nobody, somebody might.
No, fucking doubt it. I mean, Rakasek? Who'll believe in a guy called Rakasek? Psychic abilities? That's easy. A guy named Rakasek? That's impossible.
I suppose. Go on for the story. Quick.
Okay. One day, this is Rakasek telling the story because I can only do that voice justice. One day early in the morn, by which I mean 5 p.m. when I get up, I was just doing my rounds around the mall, right? Everything was normal. Kids were going around in their little hoop-de-hoop-de-loop skirts, their Skrillex haircuts, which makes the women just as ugly as the men, which is horrible. But, to my horror, do you know what happened? Do you know the horrors I done did see? Can you guess? Can you give me a line to feed because I cannot think of what the hell is horrible enough?
A squadron of fat people eating all the candy at the C's candy shop.
On the horizon, moving at precisely 5 miles per hour. An entire squadron of fat people from the local weight loss clinic. We could not believe our eyes. We only had at least 10 hours to barricade the entire shop against them horrible, gigantic, blubbering fiends. So what did we do? That's right. Like any good American, we staved off the work until the last 5 minutes, took up some cardboard, plastered it over the walls, and prayed to God it would work. Needless to say, it did not work. Because it's only fucking cardboard. Them bastards. They tore off the cardboard. How in the hell they managed to do that without killing over from a heart attack, I do not know. Because it must have been more exercise than they ever had in their entire lives. They roamed the streets. By streets, I mean the fucking halls of the mall. They roamed through the mall, searching desperately for some Twinkies. Them glorious, cream-filled, yellow little piles of delight. Reminds me of my Asian wife, but that's another story. Please continue, John, because I'm desperate to actually try and figure out how the hell to move, and I'm bad at improv.
It's a good thing I'm good at improv, because then I can easily say, well, the portly portents of doom drove about on their scooters of injustice. Literally eating any food, any morsel that showed its face.
Except salads, that's poisonous.
Even that, because what they would do to make it palatable would be to dump over 5 gallons worth of salad sauce dressing onto it to make it edible to their strange eating. Shit, I give up already. In short, the people on that website were completely insane. If any of you guys have a incredibly strange or outlandish story, please post it in the comments so that we all may laugh at it.
Actually, you want to hear a very stupid fucking story of immense idiocy?
Oh dear.
Way back. By which I mean when I was 16. This should have been... Fuck, I think it should have been like 2010 or so. I can't remember properly, but anyways. Me and my friend, we'll call him Percy. To save his identity. Me
Why
and
can't
Percy...
you just say like a real name, like Gerald or William, but Percy?
And let's call him Wynand for short. Wynand.
Where do you get these names from?
We'll just call him Wynand or Moncton Toohey. Let's call him Moncton Toohey, okay?
I'll just call him Rob Liefeld.
Let's call him Galveston Nagadoches, okay?
So we're just gonna call him Rob Liefeld. So Rob Liefeld did what exactly?
So Galveston Nagadoches and I, we're both like 16, right? We're dumbass teenagers, and we're talking through DeviantArt. We were fucking obsessed with the fucking Punisher, right? We thought he was the greatest comic book character to ever live because he killed all of his villains and he didn't take no crap from nobody. So, what was our wonderful fucking idea? Just go on and guess. Guess.
You guys went to a mall dressed up as the Punisher to clean up the city.
If only that would have been at least semi-reasonable. No, is that we just made elaborate fucking plans. We said that he lives in America, by the way, Texas, as a matter of fact. That when I got to Texas, when I amassed the $2,000 fucking dollars that I would need for a one-way ticket over there, I would go over there. He would buy his black leather trench coat of justice, don his gas mask of righteousness, and I would put on my Miguel something or other shirt of non-penetrativeness, which is basically bulletproof and knife-proof.
You can't have both. Most of the time, anyway.
Whatever. He would take his big-ass Magnum revolver. I would take my righteous Glock gun. And we, as this mighty duo of defense against evil, would roam the streets and kill any and all rapists and evil gang members that we find. And we know what's the worst fucking part? We were goddamn serious about it.
Well, I mean, it's an admirable goal. I mean, yeah, those people do need to be brought to justice, but how do you know where they are? How are you gonna...
We would just roam the fucking streets. That was the idea. We would just roam the streets until they came to us or we came to them, whichever came first. And we would use amazing CQC moves that we learned off of videos off of YouTube.
Well...
And he, a smoker, a guy who smokes, cigars.
I didn't think he was the Left 4 Dead enemy. Otherwise, he could use the great tongue of entrapment to drag criminals to their doom.
No, he would fucking run across the battlefield as this amazing depiction of might and stamina. And me, in my teenage years, the very fucking embodiment of a lazy ass motherfucker with a neck beard, because I literally did have a neck beard in like 9th grade. I'm not even fucking joking about it. Except back then, the neck beard wasn't a thing. I think. I, who could not run a mile without dying, who could not run half a mile without dying, who could not run a quarter of a mile without dying, I too would go out into the streets and do battle with the forces of evil. With my mighty sticks that I call arms that could have just barely moved me half an inch off the ground if I tried to do a goddamn chin-up.
Well, you know what? I guess a lot of people wanted to do that back when they were younger. Me, I actually, being knowledgeable about the realities of politics and stuff like that, never really wanted to do that. But I did at one time want to be a part of the FBI. And I remember a paper that I wrote. Thankfully, this got changed whilst I was writing it. Mainly because I read and I realized how stupid I was whilst writing it. Essentially, I wanted to join the FBI. Be a part of it. Also, the FBI isn't quite what the X-Files leads it out to be. It's a lot of boring paperwork most of the time anyway. And it's generally wise to have a business degree going into said FBI. Because there's not gunfights and shit like that. But what I said in this paper, at least before I changed it, and I really did legitimately change it. I could show you the goddamn paper. But anyway. I said I wanted to be like a sword of justice. That would right wrongs. And things of that nature. But I always found that amusing years later. And I would always use the sword of justice sort of as the benchmark for really over-the-top, hyperbolic writing.
You know, you want to know something? I say you and I should compose a fucking letter like that, except make it even fucking more cheesy and more outlandish, and then send it to the FBI. We will create a character. We shall call him Alistair Gentry Knightley, or something like that. Alistair Gentry Knight.
Keira Knightley's brother.
Yeah, Alistair Gentry Knight. And then we will say that not only did he finish business school magna cum laude, he also finished a police academy. He's won 35 awards in what you call a marksmanship, and not only that, he's also got a minor in philosophy. We'll see if they ever respond or if they put it up on their website as like Joker of the Month.
I imagine that they'd probably just throw it out almost immediately, because I can only imagine how many resumes they get each day. Because working for the FBI is actually kind of prestigious.
I wouldn't want to work for the FBI, man. I don't want to work for no suits, man. Leave those Eichmanns to themselves. I don't want to get tainted by their slop, dude. Those pigs.
I don't want to work for the man.
But you want to work for me, man? Sure, man, I want to work for you, man. I don't want to work for the man, though.
I would have potentially gone into the FBI, and I still may. I don't really know yet. I'm not really sure what I would do, though. Once again, still trying to figure out how exactly to utilize the degree that I have. Because there's just so much that one can indeed do with that. So, in short, those guys are completely insane. Like, just... my god. Mall ninjas just amuse me for a wide variety of reasons. People who think... I mean, it's like... And these days, asshole guns exist. What's an asshole gun, you may ask? It's a gun that assholes buy. Now, see, buying a gun because it's cool is okay, I suppose. But I just find it annoying that some people buy guns that are utterly useless. I know it's their money and all that. They can waste it on whatever they want. But it's just like, why? Why? Well, if you're buying a gun, buy one that'll actually be good for something, you know? Case in point, all those AK pistols. Because there's AK-47 pistols. Or there's the mare's leg, or there's other bullfuckery like that. Those things are fucking useless! Utterly useless. And they cost so much money, you know? The thing is, like, there's the obvious statement of, oh, you could use it for, like, you know, close quarters combat. Use a shotgun. Or putting a pistol grip on a shotgun. I could go on about pistol grip shotguns. They annoy me for so many reasons. A shotgun should not have a pistol anyway.
Why not?
Because you can't aim it because it's got a pistol grip and a shotgun's not a pistol. Ever tried to shoot a shotgun one-handed? I have.
I never shot a shotgun, period.
Well, if you ever did... See, the thing is, people who put pistol grips on a shotgun have never shot a shotgun. Let me put it this way. A shotgun can have recoil enough, if you don't put it in your shoulder right, to leave a bruise. Now imagine taking away the big heavy stock and having only a pistol grip.
Okay, but what if you have a pistol grip and a stock?
Well, then it wouldn't matter, because it's just a stock with a pistol grip on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, or those things with the thingity things, you know, the Gadebans on the slide.
What?
The little pistol grip on the slide too. They got those things now. There goes my phone. Even my phone gets pissed off at that.
Pistol grip on the slide.
Yeah.
I don't follow.
Well, there's a little pistol grip coming off the slide of the shotgun, you know? The pump part of the pump action.
Oh, that. Well, doesn't Duke use that?
Yeah, but that's Duke Nukem! Duke Nukem.
It seems practical. Makes it easier to pump the fucking thing.
No, it doesn't.
How so?
Well, for one, you're holding it... I don't even know how you'd really explain that, but it doesn't really. It kind of just makes the whole thing a bit more awkward. And even then, you're not going to be pumping it any faster. The only thing... See, the thing about shotguns... And see, the only thing that would actually make a shotgun slightly more, you know... Because guns in real life don't really work like they do in games, where like you do a little upgrade and it makes the fire system better. It doesn't really work that way. But in all reality, if you were to want to increase the effectiveness of a shotgun, and this doesn't really increase the effectiveness, but it does make it more useful in a stressful environment, you would generally want to get one that can slam fire. Now, what is slam fire, you may ask? Slam fire is where you hold down the trigger and just rack the slide back again and again and again and again. That's what the American troops in World War I did during that heavy trench fighting, and that was extraordinarily effective. But you don't... A shotgun is not just solely a close-range weapon. It's a mid-range weapon. In fact, if you had slugs and a slug barrel, you could actually accurately fire a shotgun up to about 50 yards. So, yeah. But asshole guns. Guns that just look cool but aren't necessarily practical.
Basically, what I drew on the Wolfenstein title card.
Yes. I mean, you know, okay, it's your money. You can buy whatever gun you want, but I'm still going to say it's like putting nitrous oxide on a Prius. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, you can do it, but why would you want to? I mean, but that's not saying, you know, making a gun look cool is bad, because you probably don't know, you won't recognize the number, but gun guys will. The 1022 rifle. It's a fairly widespread and highly common 22 rifle, and what you can buy these days is a kit that can transform it into, you know, sort of a tactical plinker kind of thing. That's cool! I think that's cool, because it's still a functional rifle, but when it's got all that bullshit on it and it's not anything, so long as the gun remains highly functional, it doesn't have weaknesses induced by it, you can make your guns look as cool as they want, but if they're not as good as they were when they were not cool looking, then that's when it becomes an asshole gun. If what I said makes any sense, I think it does. And also, there's 22 caliber, like, MP-5 looking rifles. Those are cool, and I bet those work fairly well too, but you just don't... Let me put it this way, when it comes to Mall Ninja-ing, I don't really care too much about a wide variety of things, besides my opinion doesn't really matter anyway, but in short, the only time a gun becomes an asshole gun is when the gun itself is entirely useless and is only good for making noise. There. That's it. Because when you're basically just going orky on it, it's not really, well, good. And with that, I think I probably pissed off enough people for one day. And so, this is General Lots. Oh, wait. Yeah, man, do you have any last words?
Yeah, that it will be absolutely possible to make these Mall Ninja Chronicles into an actual game. If we had the money and the team for it. We could just make it a little indie shoot-'em-up. And I guarantee you that it would be touted as one of the better shooters of the decade. Because all you really need to do is, like, design the gameplay around what these assholes have written, and you pretty much have Game of the Year material right there. You don't even have to bother with the story. You could just doom it, you know? Shit's happening and they're attacking this one of the nation's largest indoor retail shopping areas. And you have a game, because honestly, you could even implement the actual Mall Ninja mechanics where you can, like, go invisible for a short time and, like, perform stealth kills during that mode.
Actually, you're right, you could do all that. And see, here's the thing. You could probably give the, I would want to do a story, actually. But it wouldn't actually be, it wouldn't be Shakespeare, so to speak. It'd be a very basic story. But where the whole game is based around the concept of imagination. And, like, it could be like with the TV show mentioned in the previous episode. It's where the game starts up, each level, so to speak, starts up with you doing these mundane things, somewhat similar to Postal, the Postal series. And then, that part of the game ends, that part of the level ends, and then what you get is, the guy sitting at the computer or just relating a tale to one of his friends, and that's when the actual gameplay starts up. It's sort of a framing story. And the ability to do all these cool invisibility things actually stems from imagination. You have your health meter that's filled up with, random food items you can find around the level, and also an imagination meter, similar to Duke Forever's ego meter. It can work. Somebody out there make the fucking Mall Ninja game, because I don't have the skills.
Oh, no. The junk food, the Mountain Dew, and shit like that. That can be power-ups. Like, Mountain Dew makes you like I don't know, faster because it's sugar and it makes you hyper. Yeah, it like slows down. It slows down time. Actually, it slows down time your perception of it because you're hyper. And like greasy foods, like pork chops, pork ribs, and like that makes you faster because you're all super greasy and you slide a lot. And the more you get shot, that's when the imagination meter runs down. Because like, no, I can't get shot. I dodged it. Okay, I like jumped up to the side, did some super sweet somersault moves. Like did a little star, did a little backflip, something that would land me in the Olympics for sure. I just don't try because I don't want to make anyone feel bad. And then I shot the guy. That's what happened. And then when you die, we could do a Prince of Persia Sands of Time thing. It's like, no, wait. I screwed up somewhere. Let me start over.
That could work. This should be a game. It really should.
It really fucking should. And I nominate myself as the voice actor for both Spec Ops and Gecko 45.
Now, how exactly would it... We would have to make an interesting ending. I got it. One of the characters dies legitimately at the ending.
Or how about this? An actual gangland attack occurs, and the main character just cowers under his desk.
That would work potentially. Because it would have to be realistic, because you're not hearing gangs attacking malls all the time in real life anyway, because that's not really a good idea to do. Have it be a random smash and grab, which does happen. And, like, which one would you say is the more, not heroic, but courageous of the two?
What, you mean of the two guys, Spec Ops or Gecko 45? Shit, that's a good question. I would almost have to say that it's possibly Spec Ops. Possibly.
Okay, so you get Spec Ops. He's got, like, the cheapest pistol. He's got... No, because that's the problem. You can't go the cheapest pistol ever made, because High Point makes some really cheap pistols, but they're actually... the build quality is good, and they're really accurate. Damn. Like, what... See, the thing is, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what would be a really... Because, see, that doesn't work. God damn it. I was going to say, like, a really, really cheap gun that's kind of like, not a Saturday Night Special or anything like that, but, like, a legitimate gun, you know. And, like, he doesn't, like, he tries to fight the gang off, right? It should be a very sad ending. Maybe because I've just kind of been depressed recently, due to obvious reasons, but, like, have the ending where, like, he's gonna go try to save the mall, because, like, he starts imagining himself as, like, this guy, whereas, like, Gecko actually is just, you know, a braggart, coward kind of guy, you know, who doesn't even try to fight. But Spec Ops is like, this is my time to shine. This is my time to shine. And, like, he's got his cheap pistol. No, he doesn't even have a pistol. He doesn't even have a gun. He instead has just,
mace.
Yeah, a mace. And so he goes, he's like, I'm going to have to ask you to stop. And what happens is, the gang, we can actually humanize the gang members a bit, too. They're like, man, just get out of here, you know? But he doesn't. And, like, he maces one of them, and, like, that makes them all mad. They all shoot him. 2 seconds before the cops show up and arrest the gang members.
I don't know. Let's not make it too depressing. They just kicked the shit out of him.
I don't know. I think it'd be more poignant if he died, you know? Because it would show the dangerous nature of thinking you're something you're not, you know? Or not even that, because it's like, it's good to have, of thinking, no. See, the thing is, though, how do we make him really arrogant whilst keeping him sympathetic?
That's impossible.
See, that's the problem. I'd almost want some sort of a message. Oh God, I'm becoming like a no, I'm not even like being a modern game developer, because, like, there needs to be a message, man. What kind? But it would just be nice to have a game, you know?
Well, how about this? Instead of having a storyline, we just have it like this. If you play mostly with Gecko, when the actual trouble starts, Gecko just, you know, slowly, silently inches away off screen, and the trouble continues and it stops quickly. Now, if you're Spec Ops, he actually runs out of his office, and then we hear us like some voice acting off screen because shit is hard to animate. It's like, hold it right there, criminal scum. Now, you shall either stop what you're doing or I shall be forced to mace you. And then the police will take you into custody. And then we hear a beatdown.
That could work, but I think what also could be maybe more poignant is like we hear a beatdown and, like, the cops have to, like, no, oh, you know, that works. I won't make it any worse. My idea was, like, he gets taken hostage, and then there's, like, all kinds of stuff that goes on.
No. He gets taken hostage and then gives police pointers. Shoot his head. I shall move mine. Shoot his head. I can totally help you.
That would work, actually.
I've done these hostage situations thousands of times in Rainbow Six. It's like, just pretend that you're playing fear and stop timing your head. Then you can shoot them all properly. It's like, oh no, better. It's like, throw in a flashbang.
You see, like, you know what that would be? That'd be like sort of a deconstruction of, you know, games like Counter-Strike and, you know, Rainbow Six and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that could work. It'd be kind of like the Spec Ops The Line. It'd be a Spec Ops The Line kind of game.
Not exactly Spec Ops The Line, but definitely it would be fun.
But see, like, Spec Ops The Line, what that game did is it sort of deconstructed, you know, your military gung-ho shooter, and what this game would do, it would deconstruct the mindset of I'm not gonna say the mindset of the player, but the mindset of some of the dumber players out there, you know, who think that because they're good at Call of Duty, they're good at real-life shooting and stuff like that.
I played all the Call of Duty games, therefore I could handle all of the weapons I've seen in it, all the way from the World War II era weaponry to the Advanced Warfare versions.
You can almost have... Wow, I'm going way beyond the Call of Duty with this game, aren't I?
Oh god.
Because I'm thinking of, like, you know, you could almost have it be where, like, the characters do have to pick up the guns, but they're not really good with them. But then I think, wouldn't players get annoyed at that? I don't know. Because, like, I'm thinking, like they actually have to respond to something, but, like, they don't die or get beaten up. Like, they actually have to fight it off because, like, the cops get incapacitated or something, or can't show up in time, and, like, the characters can't sprint very far. They're not really good at shooting, and, like, everything is inaccurate and stuff like that. Although, then again, that might be considered, you know, like, revolutionary gameplay, stuff like that.
I don't know. Personally, I say we just end the entire game on a very simplistic cutscene that's not even a cutscene. Because we're not trying to give a message, we're just trying to have people have fun with it.
I know, but, like, for me, it's all about the... I want to make a masterpiece, not just another game. Which is probably bad, because, like, you don't want to be too, you don't want to be too...
Look, you get your name out there with us, Look, what were we saying when we were talking about developing that fucking RPG or whatever? First, you make the basic hero's journey story, then you make the well-crafted epic that, you know, destroys boundaries and preconceived notions of tropes and stories and shit.
And since I wasn't doing that at first, I blame you! Blame the M-Man! With all his, you know, Cormac McCarthy, Blood Meridian thing.
You get back to your Star Trek universe.
Exactly. Stargate universe. God, the worst game ever.
Yeah, you'll go back to your plebeian narratives that have absolutely no symbolism, no meaning, no themes, no references to biblical passages that give you an in-depth look at all the characters. Right.
I think I shall. But, in any event, this is at last General Lutz.
And the M-Man.
Signing off.